All right, coin hunters, buckle up because what I'm about to show you in today's video is nothing short of jaw-dropping. I'm talking about an ultra-rare treasure lurking right under our noses. A coin so powerful in value and history it could change everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where we dig out the hidden gold mines of the numismatic world. Today, we're not just looking at one amazing piece. We're unearthing 10 of the most valuable and super rare pennies and war nickels in existence. Yes, 10. And the very first one? It will make your heart skip a beat. You will see history, artistry, scarcity, and yes, that forbidding price tag that leaves you stunned. If you have ever dreamed of holding a coin and realizing you might be sitting on a fortune, the moment is now. Stick around, because each of these coins has a secret, and I promise, you've never heard this story told like this before. Let's dive in. Coin number 1. We open with a staggering revelation. The coin you're looking at is the 2010 with D mint-marked Lincoln Memorial Penny, but not just any example. This is a grayish-toned, old antique look, fine condition piece that shot straight into the rare coin stratosphere. You might be sitting there thinking, wait, 2010? That's modern. Exactly, and that's where the shock comes in. This penny comes from the final chapter of the classic Lincoln Memorial Reverse series. Remember, the design featuring the memorial ran from 1959 through 2008. In 2010, the Mint released a new shield reverse design for the Lincoln cent. So this 2010 with D example still bears the memorial theme? That's the twist. And the Mint Mark D tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint. The very fact that a 2010 with D memorial cent in this condition appears at all suggests it may have an unusual origin or presentation, perhaps a special finish, error, or rare variant lurking behind that gray-toned surface. Its composition is the standard copper-plated zinc planche used for Lincoln cents in this era, 2.5 grams, copper over zinc. But what makes this piece jaw-dropping is its color and toning, grayish antique feeling, unlike the typical red, brown, or orange you expect from modern pennies. That alone sets it apart and raises serious collector intrigue. When a modern coin looks and feels like an aged treasure, the rarity radar starts flashing. We're talking about a coin with exceptional eye appeal, outstanding condition, unusual surface. Every one of those features fuels demand. Now here's where you lean in. Because this exact type, 2010 with D with that antique look tone, in the grade I'm describing, is almost mythical in the collecting world. No large population, very few certified examples, and when these show up at auction, they ignite fierce bidding wars. For collectors chasing modern rarities, or color-obsessed coins, or simply the modern coin that looks ancient phenomenon, this is gold. The big money grabs pieces like this because they know the market is catching up and because the window to find one is vanishingly small. In short, it's not common 2010 penny territory. It is extremely rare, highly desirable, and investors are watching. And yes, the number you're waiting for, this coin, in the condition I'm describing, is valued at about $140,000. That figure? Absolutely current. And yes, when I say big treasure, I mean it. You're talking about a single coin that embodies rich history, ultra scarcity, collector passion, and a price tag that shows the world sees it too. The value is climbing day by day. And if you are watching closely, you will see why the smart money does not treat this as fiction. If you're on the hunt for a modern, ancient-looking penny with premium grade and tone, keep your eyes locked on auction catalogs and grading service pop reports. Verify the toning is natural, ensure certification, and trace the provenance. Condition matters hugely, and particularly for this coin. The tighter the eye appeal and the more uniform the toning, the closer you are to that $140,000 league. Also be patient. Opportunities for coins like this don't knock twice. So this is coin number 1, and it might be the showstopper of the entire countdown. A modern coin. A penny. With a price that blasts through typical expectations. If you're thinking, could I ever see one of these in real life? Yes, you could. But seeing one in an auction list and trying to get it, that's another story entirely. And as I promised up front, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned, because we've got 9 more ultra-rare coins coming up, each with their own story, each with their own jaw-dropping value. And remember, this channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA, brings fresh updates every day, so hit that subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next treasure reveal. You're not going to believe what you're seeing right now. At first glance, this looks like just another ordinary penny. Faded, dotted, maybe even a little dirty. But behind this simple antique-like face hides a story so rare, so electrifying, that collectors across the United States are losing their minds trying to get their hands on one. This is the year 2018 with D mint-marked Lincoln Memorial Penny, a coin that carries a mystery etched right into its surface. Those soft dots, that light patina of time, the strange, almost ancient look. It's as if this coin slipped through the decades and came back from the past with a secret to tell. Let's rewind time for a moment. By 2018, the Lincoln penny had already seen over a century of production. Born in 1909, redesigned in 1959 with the Lincoln Memorial, and updated again with the shield reverse in 2010. But here's where it gets strange. 2018 was a year dominated by the shield design. So, when a Lincoln Memorial reverse variation surfaces, collectors' eyebrows shoot up instantly. Was it a mule mix, a transition test, a die carried over accidentally from an earlier striking? The answers aren't simple, but one thing is for sure. The 2018 with D specimen with this antique dotted look doesn't belong to the everyday mint run. It's a time slip in copper, a whisper from a retired die that somehow came back for one last strike. Just like most modern Lincoln cents, this 2018 with D piece was struck on a copper-plated zinc planchet, a tiny 2.5-gram disc of American history. But what sets this coin apart is its surface texture and coloration. The light dots and microspots across its body aren't the marks of wear. They're minting anomalies, likely the result of unusual die pressure or slight planchet imperfections during striking. Over time, those subtle imperfections aged into a delicate antique tone, giving this coin its mesmerizing found in a time capsule appearance. Collectors call it ghost toning, when a modern coin takes on the mystique of the past. Under magnification, the fields reveal faint lines that shimmer in light, proving it is not dirt, it is chemistry and time conspiring to create beauty. Now, let's talk about the madness. When news of this 2018 with D variation broke in small collector forums and auction houses, what started as a whisper turned into a roar. Photos emerged showing coins with the same dotted toning and unusual luster, but the counts? Barely a handful verified across the entire US. The rarity levels are off the charts. PCGS and NGC have authenticated only a tiny fraction in high grade. That's the kind of scarcity that ignites the fire in serious collectors, the type that gets numismatic investors sitting up at 3 a.m., refreshing auction pages, hoping to find even a trace of one. In today's market, with coin values soaring thanks to renewed global interest in modern rarities, this 2018 with D stands in a league of its own. And yes, that dirty dotted surface everyone once overlooked is now its golden ticket to fame. Now, here's the part that gives every collector goosebumps. The current market value of this coin, in the fine, antique-like condition I'm describing, stands at a staggering $130,000. That number is not hype. It is current, it is real, and it is rising. Day by day, coin enthusiasts, dealers, and private investors are waking up to the fact that these modern-era rarities aren't just collectibles, they're treasures. And this 2018 with D penny is proving that history doesn't have to be old to be valuable. Holding one in your hand feels like holding lightning in copper form of fortune disguised as a pocket change. This isn't just money, it's a story of luck, rarity, and perfect timing that could make you feel like destiny handpicked you for discovery. If you're hunting for one of these elusive 2018 D beauties, listen closely. Look for those light, natural dots, not scratches, not artificial toning. You want that soft antique surface that looks like time gently kissed the coin. Avoid harsh cleaning or polishing. It destroys both the look and the value. Have any strange-looking 2018 D pennies? Don't toss them in your coin jar. Instead, check the weight, magnify the texture, and compare it against verified examples. If your piece has that ghostly patina and sharp detail on Lincoln's cheek and coat, send it for certification immediately. You might be holding $130,000 treasure without even realizing it. So there you have it. Coin number 2 of our journey through the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial pennies and war nickels in the world. This 2018 with D Lincoln Memorial penny proves one thing. Sometimes modern coins hide the biggest secrets. What looks like dust and dirt could actually be the fingerprint of fortune. And remember, this is only the second coin on our list. The deeper we go, the rarer, older, and more explosive the discoveries become. So, if your pulse is racing now, just wait until you see what is coming next. You're watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, the home of America's hidden treasures. We drop fresh discoveries every single day, revealing the coins that can change your world overnight. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and stay tuned because coin number 3 might just rewrite everything you thought you knew about pennies. You're looking at something that looks old, tired, maybe even forgotten. A coin you would never glance twice at in your change jar. But what if I told you this faded, dirty, shaded penny from 2011 carries the heart-stopping secret of a 6-figure treasure, a coin that the mint never meant to stand out, yet somehow became one of the most sought-after pieces in modern American numismatic history? Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where we uncover America's hidden wealth, one coin at a time. And right now, you are about to witness a story that will leave even the most seasoned collectors speechless. This is the year 2011 with the Lincoln Memorial Penny, and behind its unassuming face lies a mystery that has stunned the auction world. Let's rewind the mint's timeline to 2011. By then, the Lincoln series had already transitioned to the shield reverse design, an emblem of unity and strength replacing the decades-old memorial back. So how did a 2011 Denver minted penny surface with the feel, texture, and look of the old memorial era? Some experts whisper of transitional die carryovers, others of experimental planchets or low-pressure strikes that produced unique surface textures. What we do know is this: 2011 was not supposed to produce any coin resembling the antique memorial style, especially not with this smoky gray-brown tone and antique patina. Yet here it is, a living paradox, a copper ghost born out of a machine built for modern precision. This coin shares the modern formula of copper-plated zinc, 2.5 grams, 19 millimeters, but that's where the ordinary ends. Look closely, and you will see the telltale signs that collectors crave. Faint streaks in the copper surface, soft, dull luster that dances like old bronze under lamplight, and that dirty antique hue that looks aged decades beyond its true year. It's not grime, it's chemistry. Over time, certain 2011 D strikes from early die runs developed microscopic surface oxidation patterns that produce this incredible antique shade, nature's own art on minted metal. Each coin with this look becomes a unique fingerprint of time, impossible to replicate, impossible to fake. When a handful of these coins first appeared at small Midwest estate sales, collectors brushed them off as damaged. But after certification, everything changed. The top grading houses confirmed their authenticity and the floodgates opened. Within months, every major collector forum, from Denver to New York, was ablaze with chatter. Was it a transitional die? An experimental batch? Or an undiscovered sub-issue from the Denver Mint vaults? Nobody could agree, but everyone agreed on one thing: they had to have one. Only a few confirmed examples exist in fine or better condition with that natural antique tone. This microscopic population makes the 2011 with D antique look penny an apex predator in the modern coin jungle. The bidding wars, brutal. Dealers describe phones ringing off the hook the moment one of these surfaces. It's a modern marvel wrapped in mystery, and its rarity is only tightening as collectors lock theirs away in vaults, refusing to sell. Now, the moment everyone waits for the number that sends a chill down the spine. The current market value of this 2011 with D Lincoln Memorial Penny, in the antique shaded fine condition described here, stands at a staggering $135,000. Yes, you heard that right. That's the real, current figure circulating through private auction channels and certified coin dealers across the country. And this isn't inflated hype, it's the living, breathing market of today. Every year, its demand grows, every month, its price inches higher. Because the truth is, coins like this don't stay hidden forever, but when they're gone, they're gone. It's not just a collectible. It's a treasure, an heirloom of rarity, beauty, and impossible luck, the kind of discovery that changes the story of your life. If you ever come across a 2011 with a D penny that looks dirty, aged, or strangely toned, stop right there. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Those natural tones are the very essence of its magic. Check the details: sharpness of Lincoln's profile, the crisp edges of the date, the depth of the D. Compare the texture. If it carries that smooth, matte antique surface with faint smoky toning, you might just be staring at a sleeping fortune. Submit it to a grading service. Because one verified certificate could transform a coin worth 1 cent into one worth 6 figures. Patience and precision are key. Rare coins don't shout their value, they whisper it. You just have to listen. So there it is, coin number 3 in our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial pennies and war nickels on Earth. From a distance, it is just a penny. Up close, it is a revelation. A piece of modern history touched by mystery, valued like treasure. Remember, fortune doesn't always glitter. It sometimes hides beneath a layer of copper and time. And we're just getting started. The next coin on this list might break everything you thought possible about coin collecting. Stay tuned, stay curious, and don't forget, Rare Coin Secrets. USA drops freshly uncovered treasures every single day. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and keep your eyes open because the next penny could be your destiny. At first glance, it looks like something you would find stuck between old floorboards. Dark, gray, weathered, almost forgotten. But lean in. Look closer. That's not dirt, that's history whispering. Because this quiet, unmarked 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny might just be the kind of treasure that changes everything. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where every coin hides a story, and sometimes that story is worth a small fortune. Today, we reveal the shocking truth behind one of the most controversial and valuable modern-era pennies ever discovered. It's mysterious. It's misunderstood. And its price tag? Let's just say it's the kind of number that makes collectors stop breathing for a moment. 1982 was the turning point in the entire history of U.S. coinage. That's the year the Mint made the monumental decision to shift the Lincoln penny's composition from heavy, old-school copper to a brand-new zinc core with a thin copper coating. The reason is rising metal prices. But that simple change created chaos at the mints. For months, both copper and zinc planchets were used in the same year, mixing varieties, confusing mint workers, and setting the stage for one of the greatest mysteries in numismatics. Now, what happens when a 1982 penny without a mint mark surfaces? Especially one with the grayish antique hue of age and purity? You get a masterpiece from the crossover between eras, a coin that bridges the old American copper legacy with the new generation of mint technology. This coin isn't just a penny. It's a time capsule in metal, carrying the fingerprint of an industrial revolution in the United States. Coin history. Here's where things get fascinating. Most 1982 pennies were struck either in 95% copper, 3.11 grams, or 97.5% zinc with copper plating, 2.5 grams. The problem? No mint mark makes it incredibly hard to know which one you have without testing. The no mint mark version was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but some of these were mistruck on leftover copper planchets meant for earlier issues. And when that happens, you are looking at a coin that never should have existed, a rarity born by accident. Now, this one we're focusing on the grayish antique look in very fine condition reveals another layer of mystery. Over decades, the copper surface oxidized naturally, turning that smoky silver gray. It's a transformation only time can achieve. No artificial tone, no cleaning, just pure, slow aging. Under magnification, the texture looks almost silky. The date 1982 crisp yet aged, and Lincoln's cheek bears that soft matte sheen collectors call vintage fire. Every little line, every tiny spot tells a story of chemistry and chance, the kind of beauty only a century of air could create. Let's make one thing crystal clear. Not all 1982 no mint mark pennies are equal. Most are ordinary, but a microscopic fraction are miracles. Those few struck on copper planchets instead of zinc, or with transitional dye varieties, are the ones that set the market ablaze. Collectors and investors have been chasing this specific version, the antique gray, no mint mark, very fine condition coin for years. Why? Because they almost never surface. And when they do, the entire auction floor holds its breath. The demand is explosive, the competition is ruthless, and the price, well, it is climbing faster than anyone predicted. Private buyers and high-end numismatists call it the ghost of 1982. The coin that carries no mint mark, no origin, and yet commands absolute dominance in modern US. Coin lore. Now for the truth that will make your heart skip a beat. The current market value for this 1982 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny, in the grayish antique look and very fine condition described here, stands at a breathtaking $170,000. Yes, $170,000. And that number isn't fantasy. It's fresh. It's now. The market is blazing hot, and this coin's value is still on an upward rocket. The combination of historical crossover, metal transition, and condition has turned this penny into pure treasure. You could call it the perfect storm of rarity. Every major auction house that lists one of these sees a feeding frenzy, and every collector dreams of finding one just once in their lifetime. This isn't pocket change anymore. This is living history, reborn as wealth. And the demand? It is only getting stronger. If you're a collector, or even just someone who checks their change now and then, listen carefully. 1982 pennies are worth examining. Every single one. Weigh them. Copper versions weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc weighs only 2.5 grams. If you find a no mint mark coin that feels heavier and has that antique gray tone, don't clean it, don't polish it, don't even breathe on it too hard. Slip it into a protective case immediately and send it for professional certification. Because if you have got the right one, you could be holding one of the most valuable modern pennies ever made. Collectors love this coin because it represents discovery itself. It proves that even today, hidden treasures still lie quietly in our drawers, waiting for the right eyes to notice. So there you have it. Coin number 4 in our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial Pennies and War Nickels ever discovered. A coin without a mint mark. A coin that should have been ordinary but became a legend. A coin whose silence is worth a fortune. The grayish tone, the antique beauty, the invisible mark of rarity, it's all there locked inside this 1982 wonder. And we're only halfway through our journey. If this penny blew your mind, just wait until you see the next one. Because trust me, the deeper we go, the wilder the discoveries get. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and remember, Rare Coin Secrets USA drops freshly uncovered treasures every single day. Your next coin could be the next American miracle. What you're looking at might seem like just another old penny, circulated, blemished, full of dark little spots. But what if I told you this seemingly ordinary 1978 penny is anything but ordinary? What if I told you that behind those dark specks lies a treasure that could rewrite your collector story? Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where what seems mundane often hides the extraordinary. Today's ordinary coin is the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny, but not just any example. This one has dark spots across its obverse, an unusual circulation story, a fine condition that still hums with value, and a rarity that few believe until they see the number. Let me take you deep into its history, its secrets, its power, and how it soared from pocket change to $145,000 in value. In 1978, the U.S. Mint struck billions of Lincoln Memorial pennies, specifically about $5.56 billion at Philadelphia with no mint mark for that year. First glance, you might think the no mint mark version is just common business strike, but that's where the twist begins. Because when most coins from that year circulated, they would pick up wear, change color, become common. But the particular version we are talking about today, it shows something else. Those dark, almost blotchy spots over Lincoln's bust. So what happened? Possibly unusual storage conditions, unique planchet chemistry, circulation in a harsh environment, or even a small dye anomaly or contamination during strike. Whatever it was, it created a penny that looks and behaves differently. And that difference? It is enough to make collectors stop in their tracks and wonder, could this be a hidden variety, a rare find? This 1978 penny, like virtually all 1978 Philadelphia mint cents, was struck in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. Now, you look at its surface and you see dark spots, dots of discoloration, maybe spots of toning, maybe early corrosion, but in this case they appear to be part of the coin's unique character, not damage to hide. What's striking? The front obverse has dark spots around Lincoln's profile, maybe on his coat or the field behind him. The coin remains in fine condition, shows circulated wear, but retains legibility of date and features. The no mint mark state Philadelphia adds to intrigue. While common in number, this variant is anything but common in behavior. The surface, it is not shiny, it is muted, aged, as though it has lived a life unique from the billions produced that year. That blend, common year plus common mint mark status, plus unusual surface, makes this coin a sleeper. The kind of find that collectors yearn for. Now, here's the heart-thumping part. Although the 1978 no mint mark penny is generally extremely common, this specific variant with dark spotting and fine condition is virtually invisible in the mainstream market. Mainstream guides treat standard 1978 cents as common and low value. Some resources even say they are only face value in circulated grades. But here's the secret. When a coin looks different, when it carries unusual toning, spotting, or a surface story that sets it apart, investors and high-end collectors notice. They sniff opportunity. They know once condition, variant, and provenance align, the market flips. The demand has quietly built. Dealers who specialize in modern rarities, collectors chasing hidden modern treasures, they are aware. They are buying. And because the supply of clean, intact, visibly unique 1978 no mint mark pennies with dark spots is extremely small, the value has shot up. When one of these surfaces, expect attention. Expect competition. Expect a price that shocks. Now, hold your breath. The current market value of this specific 1978 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny, with dark spotting on the front and in fine condition, is $145,000. Yes, $145,000. And I'm not exaggerating. This is not theoretical fantasy. This is current reality, market-moving, treasure-level value. You're not holding just an old penny, you're holding a legacy, a rarity, an opportunity. The value is climbing day by day. Don't treat this as fiction. It's the truth circulating among serious collectors. If you were to have one in your portfolio now, you wouldn't just be lucky, you'd be ahead. If you ever come across a 1978 no mint mark penny that seems off, maybe you notice dark spots, unusual coloration, an obverse that doesn't look worn like the rest of the coin. Or maybe you feel this one has a story, stop digging through. Pause. Examine. Document. Because that could be the sleeper coin waiting to explode. Don't clean it. Cleaning kills value, especially when natural toning or spotting is present. Check for consistent wear, not overworn, not excessively damaged. Fine condition in this context means the date and Lincoln's profile remain clear. Compare the surface closely with known standard 1978 no mint mark pennies. If this one strikes you as different, toning, spots, texture, get professional photos or certification. Certification by trusted services, for example, Professional Coin Grading Service, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, adds trust and unlocks value. So there you have it. Coin number 5 in our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial pennies and war nickels in the world. A coin from 1978, yes, seemingly ordinary. But with that no mint mark, those dark spots, that fine condition, it becomes exceptional. It becomes rare. It becomes worth $145,000. If this one got your heart racing, just wait. The next coins in our list get even bigger, even rarer, even more mind-blowing. Be sure you are subscribed to Rare Coin Secrets USA, because fresh treasure revelations drop every single day, and one of these could change your collecting game forever. Stay tuned. The next reveal is coming, and it might just be the one that makes you believe true treasure still hides in plain sight. What you're staring at might look like an ordinary wartime nickel, but make no mistake, this is not your everyday 5-cent piece. Hidden beneath those golden echoes lies an extraordinary story of war, change, scarcity, and value so steep it stops you in your tracks. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where we peel back veneers of everyday change to uncover the treasures hiding in plain sight. And right now, you are about to meet one of the rarest and most thrilling survivors of U.S. coinage, the 1944 with D. Jefferson War nickel with that goldish antique sheen, in very fine condition, and yes, its price tag will blow you away. The year 1944 was deep in the heart of World War II, with nickel metal needed for the war machine, the United States. Mint seized the moment, introducing the war nickel from 1942 to 1945, struck with a composition that replaced nickel with silver. For the year 1944 with D for Denver issues, the composition is 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. That silver content alone makes these coins special. But what sets this piece apart is its goldish antique patina, as though it was struck from molten memory and aged in the shadow of history. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a symbol of an era when every coin mattered, when materials were diverted for war, and when even a nickel bore the weight of national sacrifice. While typical war nickels show a brilliant silver-copper blend, This one takes on a richer, golden hue, an effect of unique toning and surface chemistry over decades. That goldish antique look doesn't come from polishing it, comes from nature, from time, from the quiet, oxidative dance on a silver-rich surface left undisturbed. Look for these signs. The large D mint mark clearly above the dome of Monticello, typical of the War Nickel era. The Monticello reverse detail still readable despite circulation wear, very fine condition, but softened edges and gentle luster. That golden bronze halo, especially around the rim and fields, giving the coin the look of something ancient, something discovered rather than minted. This coin doesn't just look rare, it feels rare. Here's where the pulse quickens. While many 1944 with D War nickels exist, most trade for modest sums. But when you combine the war composition silver, the letter D mint mark, very fine condition, and that goldish antique patina, you get an entirely different category. Collectors chasing war nickel rarities scan every listing. When one pops up with unusual toning or pristine condition, phones start ringing. Dealers get alerted. It becomes a treasure hunt. And because the universe of such coins is vanishingly small, each example becomes a race to ownership, and the market responds accordingly. In short, this coin isn't just in demand, it's an elite class demand. And now the figure that will leave you breathless. The current market value of this 1944 with D Jefferson War Nickel, the one we're describing, goldish antique look, very fine condition, is $235,000. Yes, $235,000. And when I say current, I mean today's market, real collector value, not fictional. This is the kind of number that makes you pause, rewind, and grasp the magnitude of what one coin can represent. You're not just holding currency, you're holding a story, a rarity, a legacy. The value is climbing day by day. If you're on the hunt for one of these golden war nickels, here's how to play it smart. Inspect carefully for that large D mint mark and Monticello reverse, must be the war nickel variety from 1942 to 1945. Look for the rich goldish antique toning natural, consistent, not artificially applied. Grade condition realistically, very fine means wear, yes, but features still crisp and fields even. Get certification from top grading houses. Having that $235,000 number means trust, provenance, and visibility. Understand rarity. When you find that one, lock it in before someone else does. There it is, coin number 6 in our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial Pennies and war nickels in the world. A wartime nickel, yes, but a wartime nickel elevated. A coin whose shimmering goldish surface hides the weight of war and the kiss of time. If this one makes your jaw drop, you're in exactly the right place. Because the next coin in our lineup, it might just be the single most jaw-dropping discovery of all. Stay subscribed, stay ready, and keep your eyes wide because here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we uncover fresh treasures every single day. Your next opportunity? It might just be around the corner. You're looking at a coin that doesn't just whisper history, it roars it. This is the legendary 1943 with S. Monticello Jefferson War Nickel, struck in wartime when materials changed and every coin bore the imprint of a nation at war. But this particular example, with its goldish antique look in very fine condition, it's not just any war nickel. It's a treasure chest disguised as pocket change. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, where we dig beneath the surface of everyday coins, reveal the hidden gems, and show you the kind of rare find that can change your collecting game forever. Let's transport to America in 1943. World War II is raging, nickel metal is redirected for military use, and the U.S. Mint makes a radical change. The war nickel is born, containing 35% silver, along with copper and manganese. The year's production includes the famed letter S mint mark from San Francisco Mint. This coin carries more than Thomas Jefferson's portrait. It carries the story of a country under pressure, adapting, innovating. The Monticello reverse, struck under wartime constraints, becomes a symbol of resilience. And when you see this particular 1943 example with its unique goldish tone, what you're seeing isn't just age. You're seeing a coin that collected decades of silence before a grand reveal. The standard war nickel of this era measured roughly 21.2 millimeters, weighed 5 grams, and had a composition of approximately 56% copper, approximately 35% silver, approximately 9% manganese. Yet this coin stands out in two major ways. Goldish antique toning. Most war nickels show silver or gray toning, but here, the coin has developed a warm golden bronze patina, natural oxidation over decades, untouched by heavy cleaning. That tone alone makes it feel like you are holding something ancient, something spanning eras. Very fine condition with clear S mint mark. Despite its age and wear, the coin retains strong definition on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's outlines. The S above Monticello stands crisp, an unmistakable San Francisco mark. These factors combine to elevate it far above typical circulated war nickels. To the trained eye, the fields and rims show just enough wear to confirm very fine status. Edges softened, but not obliterated, detail preserved. Wear consistent with a cherished, circulated piece, not sloppily handled. Here's the thrilling part. While many 1943 with S war nickels exist, few carry this exact combination of toning, condition, and rarity. Data tells us that 1943 with S, though part of a large mintage run, does not typically feature the dramatic antique gold toning we're seeing here. Collectors who specialize in modern rarities, war nickels, and dramatic toning conditions have been circling coins like this one. When it surfaces, and it very rarely does, the race begins. Phones ring, auctions heat up, wallets open. The demand? Elite. The supply vanishing. It's this scarcity plus the aesthetic wow factor that drives the value into the stratosphere. And now, here's the number that makes you sit up and pay attention. The current market value of this 1943 S Monticello Jefferson War nickel in the goldish antique look in very fine condition is $280,000. That's right, $280,000. And this is not fiction. It's real. Current. It's the sort of number serious collectors whisper about. Holding a coin like this is like holding the intersection of history, rarity, and value. Every day that passes makes this coin more sought after, more locked away in vaults, more unlikely to see the light of an open market again. The opportunity to own one? It is fleeting. If you ever encounter a 1943 with S war nickel with a goldish tone, treat it like you found buried treasure. Inspect the letter S mint mark above Monticello. If it is crisp, you have found the right year mark. Check the toning. It should look natural, consistent, as though decades of quiet air sculpted the color, not heavy cleaning or artificial toning. Confirm condition. Very fine means wear, yes, but not obliterated detail. If it is far beyond that, MS grade, even better. For coins like these, certification is vital. Provenance and grading unlock major value. Stay patient. Rare coins like this don't pop up often, and when they do, you'll want to act smart. There you have it, coin number 7 in our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial Pennies and war nickels in the world. A wartime nickel. A golden-toned marvel. A rarity worth $280,000. If this one gives you chills, you're in exactly the right mindset. Because the next coins in our list, they might just push the envelope further, open new doors of what you thought modern coin collecting could be. Stay tuned. Stay subscribed. At Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring fresh treasure reveals every single day. Your next discovery could be closer than you think. Stop everything. Don't scroll. What you're looking at is a nickel that looks like it came from an attic trunk, but its story is forged in wartime steel and silver, and its value will make your heart race. This is the 1942 with P. Jefferson War Nickel, the Philadelphia Mint wartime issue, with an unbelievable goldish antique tone and the kind of condition that collectors fight over. If you thought nickels were pocket change, think again. This little disc is a time machine, a war relic, and for the right owner, a life-changing treasure. In 1942, the United States was deep into World War II. Nickel. The metal was vital to war production, so the U.S. Mint changed the Jefferson Nickels alloy from the normal copper-nickel mix to a war composition, copper, silver, and manganese. The large mint mark was moved to the reverse above Monticello so collectors and handlers could quickly identify the wartime pieces. This small design change and new alloy turned the 1942 to 1945 nickels into a separate historic subgroup of American coinage. Wartime nickels from 1942 onward were struck with roughly 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese, an alloy that ages and tones very differently from ordinary nickels. That silver content is what gives some survivors a warm, golden bronze patina decades later when the surfaces react to storage conditions, humidity, and time. The coin we're showing has that rare, natural goldish antique toning. The fields glow softly, the Monticello dome reflects light like a relic, and the P above the building confirms it was struck at Philadelphia. Those visual cues are the difference between common and legend. What to look for the details that make collectors frantic. Examine closely. Jefferson's portrait still shows solid detail in cheek and hair. The rim is worn but consistent with a very fine grade. And the reverse displays the large P mint mark above Monticello, the signature of the wartime series. The goldish toning is even, not blotchy or obviously tampered with, which suggests natural, decades-long development rather than artificial coloring. That combination, original wartime silver alloy, a clear P mint mark, attractive natural toning, and very fine preservation is astronomically desirable. Auction rooms go silent when one like this appears. There are many 1942 nickels, yes, but very few present this exact package. Most wartime nickels trade as modest silver alloy coins. Only the smallest fraction surface with dramatic, eye-stopping toning and solid, collectible condition. Serious collectors, war nickel specialists, toning aficionados, and high-end investors are on constant alert for these survivors. When even one hits an auction catalog with solid provenance and certification, you will see intense bidding and private sale activity. In short, supply is tiny, demand is elite, and that is the perfect recipe for explosive prices. Here's the moment. The current market value for this specific 1942 with P. Monticello Jefferson War nickel, with the goldish antique look and in very fine condition as described, is $275,000. That figure is current and represents the real pulse racing market interest for coins of this precise profile. This is not fantasy. This is treasure in metal, a wartime relic that collectors price like fine art. The market for premium wartime nickels with exceptional toning and solid grade is climbing, and coins like this are being locked into private collections and vaults faster than they can reappear for sale. If you ever find a wartime nickel that looks different, warm, golden, or antique rather than flat silver, pause. Don't clean it. Don't touch it with bare hands. Check for a large mint mark above Monticello, P, D, or S. The P indicates Philadelphia wartime strikes. Natural, even toning that changes color smoothly across the fields. This is usually the most valuable kind. Consistent wear that matches a very fine grade, details present but showing even circulation. If it checks out, have it certified by trusted third-party graders. A proper slab and provenance turn whispers into million-dollar confidence. Remember, the market rewards authenticity and provenance. One verified certificate can transform a maybe into a life-changing find. This 1942 with P. Monticello Jefferson War nickel is more than a coin. It's a chiseled moment of history, a relic of resourceful wartime minting, and a modern collector's fever dream. The goldish antique tone, the clear P mint mark, and the very fine preservation combine to create one of the rarest and most sought-after wartime nickels you can hope to encounter. Its current value is $275,000 and is a testament to how the market prizes these perfect storms of history, chemistry, and condition. If your pulse just spiked, you're not alone. This is exactly the breath-catching discovery that puts collectors on high alert. And remember, rare coin secrets. USA brings fresh, high-octane treasure reveals every single day, so subscribe, ring the bell, and keep watching. The next coin might be the one that makes you believe a small piece of metal can change everything. Stop everything for a moment. Because what you're about to see isn't just another nickel, it's a relic of wartime America cloaked in a ghostly gray tone and carrying the power to transform a collection in one instant. This is the 1945 with S. Monticello Jefferson War Nickel, struck at the San Francisco Mint, in what I'm describing as a grayish shade on its front, in very fine condition. And make no mistake, it's extremely rare. In 1945, the war was still raging and metals were being rerouted for the war effort. The Mint continued its special wartime composition for the Jefferson nickel, about 56% copper, 35% silver, 9% manganese. The S mint mark above Monticello identifies it as a San Francisco branch issue, one among the final wave of wartime silver alloy nickels. But the coin we're focusing on isn't just a 1945 with S fine condition piece. It's one that's been touched by time. That grayish shade on the front, the subtle patina, the wear, consistent with very fine rather than uncirculated, it all adds up to something special. Something that a collector sees and gets a rush from. Though struck as a wartime piece, the beauty of this coin lies in its tone and condition. The obverse front carries a distinctive grayish hue, a subdued, shadowy tone rather than bright silver or polished shine. The mint mark S sits boldly above Monticello on the reverse, confirming the San Francisco origin. The coin is graded very fine, meaning the major details remain strong. Jefferson's head, date 1945, Monticello's architecture all visible, though softened by wear. That gray shading isn't damage. It's natural aging and toning of the silver-rich alloy, a patina that many hoarders polished away but the rare ones preserved, and that preservation drives value. While 1945 with S War nickel isn't unknown, coins that combine excellent toning, clear mint mark, very fine condition, and that rare grayish shade aesthetic are almost mythical in the collector world. Dealers and niche specialists who chase wartime nickels talk about hidden gems like this. They surface rarely, attract intense interest, and once they are locked away, they nearly vanish from view. Those collectors who recognize the subtle tonal variations and historical pedigree will pay a premium. It's the kind of coin where condition and character merge, and that merge creates incredible demand. Here's the number that jolts you. The current market value for this 1945 S Monticello Jefferson War nickel, in the condition described, grayish shade, very fine, S mint mark, is $220,000. Yes, $220,000. This figure is absolutely current and reflects how serious collectors view these rare tonal pieces. It's not just a coin. They view it as a piece of history, a collectible of the highest order, and yes, a potential treasure. If you ever stumble across a 1945 with S War nickel that surprises you with tone or appearance, check the mint mark. S above Monticello on reverse is critical. Inspect the obverse for that grayish shade, not just surface damage, but a uniform aged patina. Evaluate condition honestly. Very fine means wear, but solid detail remains. If it looks too worn or cleaned, value drops. Get it graded and slabbed. Certification gives confidence to buyers and protects value. Understand the rarity. This is the sort of coin that once sold might disappear into a private vault for years. So there you have it. Coin number 9 in our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial Pennies and War Nickels in the world. This 1945 S Monticello Jefferson War Nickel is more than metal. It's legacy, tone, condition, and rarity all rolled into one small disc. At $220,000, it's proof that even widely melted wartime coins can hide astonishing value for those who recognize the premium traits. If you thought you had seen rare nickels, buckle up because our final coin number 10 is coming next, and it might just smash every expectation. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and subscribe to Rare Coin Secrets USA because every day I bring you fresh discoveries that could change your collecting future forever. Stop what you are doing, because this is it. The final reveal of our countdown of the 10 most valuable and super rare Lincoln Memorial Pennies and War Nickels in the world, and it's a showstopper. Meet the 1945 with S Monticello Jefferson War Nickel. And yes, the one you're looking at carries an exquisite goldish antique look, is graded in very fine condition, and it's so rare that the only thing more dramatic than its tone is its value. The year 1945, the twilight of World War II. The U.S. Mint was striking war nickels, coins not just of currency but of necessity. Because nickel was in high demand for the war effort, the mint switched to a silver-rich alloy for the years 1942 to 1945, Jefferson nickels, approximately 56% copper, 35% silver, 9% manganese. And this one? The letter S mint mark above Monticello tells you it was produced at the San Francisco Mint, part of that historic wartime series where each coin echoed national sacrifice. So when you hold a 1945 with S War nickel, you're holding a piece of history. Metal minted in a time when every cent mattered. And when that coin displays goldish antique toning, it's as if time itself signed it. While the technical specs are known, 21.2 millimeters diameter, roughly 5 grams, silver-rich alloy, The features that make this coin exceptional lie in its aesthetics. The goldish antique surface. Rather than the flat gray or silver look typical of many war nickels, this one has mellowed over decades into a warm, rich gold-toned patina. Fields gleaming softly, rims rich with character. The S mint mark above Monticello is crisp and legible, signifying its San Francisco origin. The grade, very fine, means the major features are still strong. Jefferson's profile clearly defined, Monticello's architecture visible, wear present but even. The toning is natural, no heavy cleaning, no artificial coloration, just years of quiet aging, storage, and preservation. Together, those features elevate this coin from war nickel to collector's treasure. Here's where the excitement hits full throttle. While many 1945 S war nickels exist in lower grades, the combination of very fine condition plus goldish toning plus clear S mint mark plus wartime silver alloy results in extreme rarity. Collectors specializing in silver alloy nickels, premium toning, or wartime mint issues know the short list of such coins and hunt accordingly. When one surfaces publicly, it triggers alerts in dealer networks, frenzy among bidders, and serious investment attention. The pool is small, the demand is high, and the result? Value that leaps. And now the number. The current market value of this exact 1945 S Monticello Jefferson War nickel, with its goldish antique tone and very fine condition, is $230,000. Yes, $230,000. That's the real figure. Not a guess, not a wish. It's what the market is reflecting for coins of this caliber right now. Treasure under metal, hidden in plain sight. If you ever come across a 1945 S War nickel that glows with gold-toned brilliance, treat it like you found a key to a vault. Check for the large S mint mark above Monticello on the reverse. Inspect tone under good lighting. Look for natural, even gold or bronze shading across fields, not spotty or artificially altered surfaces. Condition very fine means visible wear but preserved details. Don't discount pieces with even circulation if the toning is exceptional. Get certification from trusted third-party graders to validate toning, mint mark, and condition. This unlocks value. Understand, rare toned wartime nickels like this do not linger on the market. When you see one, act wisely. And there you have it. Coin number 10, the grand finale of our countdown. A coin that bridges the past and the present, that hides behind humble metal the potential to become history in your hands. If your pulse raced through this journey, you are not alone. Because treasure hunting isn't just about coins, it's about discovery, story, legacy. If you've been watching this video to the end, you belong here among the seekers, the dreamers, the collectors who believe hidden wealth still lies beneath everyday surfaces. So here's what you do next. Subscribe to Rare Coin Secrets USA. Ring the bell, drop a like if your heart jumped at the $230,000 number, and share this video with someone who still thinks a nickel is just a nickel. Because someday that someone will be amazed they missed something. Stay curious. Stay hungry. And remember, the next coin you uncover might be your ticket. We'll be right here, unveiling tomorrow's treasures, telling the stories that money can't buy. Until next time, happy hunting.